Good morning, all. My name is Amber Allred. I am Henrico Federal Credit Union's Marketing Community Development Representative. I'd like to welcome you today to Financial Friday. Today is another very special Financial Friday. We're doing our Read with Roo again. So today, in case you don't know, we're going to be reading a fun kids story that's going to promote financial education. And I think you can see some little ears poking up right over here. That's Miss Rosalina, and I think she wants to come up and say hello to all the kids. Miss Rosalina? How's it going today, kids? Miss Rosalina is so happy to see you here. Miss Rosalina is in charge of our kids club. She teaches kids all about money and financial education. Financial education is learning about how money is made, spent, and saved. Today we have a very special story that's going to teach you kids all of those things at once. In addition to Miss Rosalina, you can't see his little antlers yet, but we also have Sir Elkington. Sir Elkington is from Bellwood. He likes to fly all around the world and learn about money from different countries and different cultures and different ways it's made, spent, and saved. Today, Sir Elkington is hosting, and he picked out our story. What's our story, Sir Elkington? Okay. Sir Elkington is so excited to say our story today is Sam and the Lucky Money. Sam is celebrating Lunar New Year. He's going to get lucky money in one of these red envelopes. Kids just like you all over the world celebrate Lunar New Year and get red envelopes of money as a gift. Lunar New Year this year was on February 1st. So we hope you had a good time celebrating. If not, we hope you'll have a fun time learning about money and Lunar New Year today with Sam. Let's get started on the story, Sam and the Lucky Money. Sam could hardly wait to get going. His jacket he zipped up and he patted his pockets. It was time to go to Chinatown for New Year's Day. Sam thought about sweet oranges and lucky money, crisp dollar bills, tucked in small red envelopes called leases. Do you see the red envelopes right there? Sam's got a lot. Ooh. Sam's grandparents gave him leases every New Year. Each envelope was decorated with a symbol of luck, 2 golden mandarins, a Chinese junk, a slithering dragon, a giant peach. Sam's leases were embossed in gold. Sam counted out $4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, did he feel rich! His parents said he didn't have to buy a notebook or socks as usual. This year, he could spend his lucky money his way. Sam, his mother called. Time to go shopping. Hurry, we don't want to miss the lion. Coming, said Sam. The streets hummed with the thumps of drums and the clings of cymbals. Everywhere, dusty red smoke hung in the air, left by exploding firecrackers. Give me your hand, said his mother. I don't want you to get lost. Sam took her hand reluctantly. It seemed like everyone was shopping for New Year's meals, and there were so many people crowded around the overflowing vegetable bins. Sam had to look out for elbows and shopping bags. There's a lot of people. Right next to the vegetable stand were 2 huge red paper mounds. Sam kicked the piles with his right foot and then his left foot, and he created a small blizzard. On his 3rd kick, he felt his foot land on something strange. Ayah! Someone cried out in pain. Oh no! Startled, Sam looked up to find an old man sitting against the wall. The stranger was rubbing his foot. Bare feet in the winter, Sam thought. Where are his shoes? Sam stared at the man's dirty clothes as he backed away. He found his mother picking out oranges, and he tugged on her sleeve, pulling harder than he meant to. Ayah! Poor guy. Hey, I need this arm, she said. Where have you been? It's time to go. For once, Sam was glad to follow his mother. In the bakery window, Sam eyed a gleaming row of fresh char siu bao, his favorite honey-topped buns. When they opened the door, the smell of the sweet egg tarts and coconut pastries eased any thought he had of the stranger. Sam wondered, how many of these sweets could he buy for $4? Let's see how many sweets he can buy. Nayu matsea, said a young woman from behind the counter. Sam gave her a puzzled look. She repeated the question in English. What do you want? Sam was about to ask for buns when he noticed a tray full of New Year's cookies. They were shaped like fish with fat, pleated tails. He couldn't help but think about the old man again. Sam suddenly decided he was not hungry after all. Suddenly, he heard a noise from outside. It sounded like 1,000 leaves rustling. He ran to the window to see what was happening. "Look!" he yelled. Bundles of firecrackers were exploding in the street. Rounding the corner was a festival lion, followed by a band of cymbals and drums. Sam pulled his mother outside. The colorful lion wove down the street like a giant centipede, teased by a clown wearing a round mask and tossed his head upside down. Wow, I think this dragon's a little scary looking. He's pretty colors, though. It came to a halt in front of the meat market and sniffed a giant lychee that hung from the doorway along with a bouquet of lettuce leaves. With loud fanfare, the band urged the lion forward towards its prize. "Take the food! Take the money! Bring us good luck for the new year!" Sam shouted along with the others. His heart pounded in time with the drum's beat. With a sudden lunge, the lion devoured the lychee in an eye blink and continued down the street. The crowd clapped and then quickly dispersed. Yay! That was a hungry lion, Sam's mother joked. Now he felt hungry too and wanted to go back to the bakery. But then a large grand opening sign caught Sam's eye. In the window there were cars and planes and robots and stuffed animals. A new toy for sure. Just the place to spend his lucky money. Sam ran down the aisle and then the other. He examined a police car with a wailing siren and flashing lights. He squeezed a talking pig and laughed at its loud oink oink oink. He then spotted basketballs. Which toy would you want? A new basketball was the perfect way to spend his lucky money. But when he saw the price tag, he got angry. "I only have $4, he shouted. "I can't buy this." In fact, everything in the store cost more than that. "What is $4 good for?" he complained. Stamping his feet, his mother scrunched up her eyes the way she always did when she scolded him and guided him out the door. Sam couldn't help it. Even with all the shiny gold on them, the lychees seemed worthless to him. "Sam, when someone gives you something, you should appreciate it," his mother said. As she marched along, Sam stuffed his lychees back in his pockets. The sun had disappeared behind some clouds, and he was starting to feel the chill. He dragged his feet along the sidewalk. Suddenly, Sam saw a pair of bare feet and instantly recognized them. They belonged to the old man he'd seen earlier. The man also remembered him and smiled. Sam froze in his steps, staring at the man's poor feet. His mother kept walking. When she turned back to check on Sam, she noticed the old man. "Oh," she said, shifting her shopping bag so she could dig in her purse for some coins. "Sorry, I only have a quarter." The man bowed his head several times in thanks. Do you know how much a quarter is? 25 cents. "He acts like it's $1,000,000, Sam thought, shaking his head. As they started to walk away, Sam looked at his own feet, warm and dry in his boots. Suddenly, he stopped. "Can I really do anything I want with my lucky money?" he asked. "Yes, of course," his mother answered. Looks like Sam's got an idea. Sam pulled his lychees from his pockets. The golden dragon looked shinier than ever. He ran back and thrust his lucky money into the surprised man's hands. "You can't buy shoes with this," he told him, "but I know you can buy some socks." The stranger laughed, and so did Sam's mother. Sam is doing a nice deed. Sam walked back to his mother and took her warm hand. She smiled and gave a gentle squeeze. As they were headed home for more of the New Year's celebration, Sam knew that he was the lucky one. The end. And it's Sam with his happy family celebrating Lunar New Year. We hope you've enjoyed this story today. Do you think Sam learned how to make money, spend money, or save money? I tricked you with that question. He actually learned how to share his money. Sharing is also an important way to give back to the world. So if you have some money and you want to share, I have a friend whose daughter loves to share and give her money to an otter association. They save otters and they help out the ocean climate. There's lots of ways that you can share your money too and give back to your community. Thank you for joining us today at Henrico Federal Credit Union. We'll see you next month with another fun Read with Roo. Sir Elkington and Miss Rusalina say goodbye too.